Alright, so if you've been on YouTube a while, you've probably seen these videos before that go something like, gaming is dead, gaming is dying, gaming isn't fun anymore. And I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys, these videos are complete garbage. It's usually people who got burnt out of the hobby trying to drag everyone down to be as miserable as they are. Another thing I noticed about this style of videos is the common age that a lot of people share that make these videos. A lot of people who make these videos are young adults, people in their late teens, early 20s, and sometimes even late 20s. You know, that age group where you realize that video games do not matter at all. For the most part, video games exist for one reason: to waste your time, just like watching TV or reading a book. Now notice how I say for the most part, because there are people out there who can manage to make gaming a hobby. Maybe you make YouTube videos and you use gameplay in the background or something and you get paid to make videos. In those cases I can understand why people take gaming more serious, but for the most part it's just a hobby to waste time. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of things you can criticize modern AAA gaming especially for. Awful pricing and microtransactions, the neglect of performance to prioritize visuals, and there's multiple more you could list off. But let's not pretend like masterpieces still don't get released. Doom Eternal only came out a few years ago, we got Doom the Dark Ages coming out, Elden Ring came out a while ago, there still are great games out there. Wow, okay, that was a long intro, but we're taking a look at another Gaming is Dead video today, and this video has quite possibly one of the most hilarious titles I have ever seen. The video is titled Gaming is Dead, Only Idiots Thinks It's Not. He couldn't even be bothered to do a spell check. And in the thumbnail that he has there, it literally shows a character from one of the best games to come out in the last decade. Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. You know, if you're gonna make a video saying gaming is dead, maybe don't show Red Dead Redemption 2, an absolute masterpiece that only came out like 5 to 6 years ago, in your thumbnail. I don't know, dude. Now, if you thought the thumbnail or title of this video was bad, which I don't blame you, wait until you see the actual video. This guy couldn't even be bothered to get gameplay in the background to talk over. It is literally a black screen.
I was kinda iffy about making this video, but...
You know, considering the quality of the final product, you probably shouldn't have made this video.
I'm just gonna say fuck it and just make this because it needs to be said, man. Gaming is dead. Gaming is 110% dead.
Wow, that's a very bold claim, especially in the first, like, how many seconds of the video? Care to give a source to show that gaming is completely dead? Who am I kidding?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Only idiots think that gaming is still alive in this day of age.
That's right, if you're still enjoying gaming and you think gaming is alive and well, you are simply an idiot.
Let's be honest, bro. I don't know where to start with this rant, man. This right here, this really touches me and this really breaks my heart because I've been a gamer all my life.
I mean, do you want a cookie or something? I don't like when people make videos and they're like, I've been a gamer for 17 years and this is the worst. Like, dude, come on. But just to put the information out there, I've also been gaming pretty much my entire life. I've been gaming since like 2005. If someone were to come back in time and tell me back in 2005 that gaming would become as popular as it is today, I would have told them they're full of shit. I mean, I decided to Google just to see, and apparently 3.2 billion people in the world play video games. That is like half the world. Yet you'll still see people make dogshit videos like this where they claim that gaming is dead. How can gaming be dead if half the world plays video games?
You know, and the fact that gaming is just dead is just a death blow to us real gamers, the ones who actually enjoy video games not for the graphics, because today's gamers care about graphics more than gameplay. And any real gamer, just like I said in countless videos, and you probably heard countless other people say the same thing, it's all about gameplay.
This is another thing I hear a lot in these gaming are dead videos. If people really cared about graphics as much as you claim, then why are all the most popular games on Steam and all the most played games on Steam all games that look like they could be 10 years old? I'm pretty sure CSGO is the most popular game on Steam. And how old is that game? Checking Steam charts, literally every single game on this list looks like it could be 10 years old. And what is the most popular paid game, because I don't think it's really fair to include free games? GTA 5, a game that came out in 2013. But gamers definitely care about graphics, right?
If the gameplay is shit, nobody will care about the graphics, and that's just the truth of being a gamer.
Yeah, and you know what? He's 100% right there. If the graphics are good but the gameplay sucks, people aren't going to enjoy the game, and that's why a lot of games that only focus on the graphics, they end up flopping.
Ever since microtransactions and pre-orders and DLCs and all this other bullshit just been on the rise, it killed gaming.
Oh boy, taking a page right out of the Reddit handbook, microtransactions. Yes, microtransactions when overdone can ruin a game, but let's not pretend like microtransactions and DLC on their own are enough to ruin a game. In fact, a lot of times it can help the game. Look at games like Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. The DLC has the best that those games has to offer. Look at like Doom Eternal, they added DLC, and missions like the UAC Atlanta mission and the Swamp mission are some of the best in the game. I know they were very, very difficult, but still, amazing levels.
Period. These developers don't care about the product they put out. These developers don't care if these games are good.
So apparently now, developers just don't care if their game is good anymore. Yeah, the Elden Ring developers definitely don't care if their game was any good or not. Now, I think you could make this point for a lot of big AAA games like Call of Duty, some Ubisoft games, but there's a very simple solution to that. Don't play games that are made by companies that are known to put out slop.
These developers will release a broken game to the public, and you have these fanboys who will defend it, even though it's broken. Some games are just unplayable, you know? These developers of today are just lazy. They're money hungry, and they're corrupted. Now, the developers of back in the day, they actually cared about their games. They actually cared about what they put out there.
Okay, I'll definitely agree with them. There are a lot of unfinished games that come out nowadays that people will praise despite them obviously being dog shit. But here's the thing, dude. Let's not pretend like bad games didn't come out back in the day either.
I remember playing games just for hours upon hours to unlock stuff. You didn't have to pay for nothing, and you used to have game sharks, you know, cheat codes. You know, you go to the library to go to cheatcodes.com. That was a thing back then. Yes, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. But they have game sharks. You go to cheat codes. They even have cheat codes on G4 at the time. Y'all remember G4? Some of y'all remember, but some of y'all don't remember. But yeah, they used to have all types of entertainment. You know, Game Informer magazine was something back in the day. GameSpot magazine was a thing back in the day. You know, because gaming was fun back then. Gaming was actually gaming.
So apparently gaming is no longer gaming because cheat codes existed back in the day, despite there still being games, albeit not as many, coming out today that have cheat codes. One of my favorite games of all time, Doom Eternal, has cheat codes that you can get. Now, you don't get them the same way as you used to get them. You get them by finding them in levels, but, you know, same idea. And you know, even though they did take away cheat codes from a lot of games, you can get them back by just modding them in.
You know, being hyped for the next game that's going to come out. Going through the magazine, looking at previews of the games that's about to come out. Badass covers that basically will spark your interest to even to the point where it will make or break a decision. You look at the game cover, you look at the front, you look at the back saying, damn, this game look fire.
Yeah, I was never one of those people. Even back in the day, like years ago, playing video games, I would never look at a game cover and say, oh yeah, this game is gonna be good. I would actually look at some gameplay. I'd go over to a friend's house and watch them play the game and decide, do I want this game or do I not? I think we found this guy's problem. When it comes to modern video games, he decides whether or not he wants to buy them by looking at the cover. He looks at Redfall and he's like, man, that's a fucking banger. And he goes out and buys it, and then he's disappointed. You actually have to research what you're playing and see, is the game good? You know, who made it? What's it play like? You know, how much fun am I going to get out of it? Stuff like that.
And then you just buy it. Then next thing you know, you play it and the game is fire. You know, manuals in the book with actual pictures and colors and shit. You know, gaming was fun back then. But today's gaming, what you got? DLC for swords, weapons, clothes, hairstyles, chapters. You know, it's just, gaming today is just dead, bro.
So gaming is dead because some games give you DLC, swords, and weapons and stuff. And it's not even like a majority of games or anything. A lot of games will have that stuff earnable in-game as well, and earnable to buy. But there are so many games out there that don't have microtransactions like that. Why don't you stick with those? Most great indie games you play don't have any microtransactions at all.
But I remember games used to be fun. Today's games are boring, lackluster. It's just a damn shame about today's gaming, man.
Yeah, apparently every single game nowadays is just boring and lackluster. Never mind the amount of amazing games that came out in 2023. You know, all those games just lackluster and boring, bro. Games like Resident Evil 4's remake, Armored Core 6, Lies of P, all just boring games, dude.
You have a couple good gems out there, I'm not gonna lie. You got a couple good gems. But as far as PlayStation 5, people are excited. Xbox X Series, these people act like gaming is going to get better. No, it's only going to get worse. They're charging you to play online. That's how fucked up it is.
They have literally been doing that since the Xbox 360, and this is something that is exclusive to console gaming. You buy a Steam Deck, you don't have to worry about paying for online. You know, now that we bring up the Steam Deck, let's talk about the Steam Deck. I think the Steam Deck is one of the best experiences you can get with modern gaming. No, seriously, you can get a nice setup for pretty cheap. Go out, buy a Steam Deck, buy like a 720p monitor, and a keyboard and mouse, and you basically have access to so many great games and mods for those games. And the best part about it is you can take it on the go whenever, wherever. And if you know how to pirate games and use emulators on there, you're in for a world of fun.
If you got a PlayStation 3, you can play online for free. You know? It's just a damn shame, man. Now, Xbox, I can't get mad at Microsoft for doing what they're doing because they always charge for online. They always done that.
So you're gonna get mad at Sony for charging for online, but you're not gonna get mad at Microsoft for doing that exact same thing. I think we got a fanboy on our hands here. The fanboy detector is going off. It's either okay for everyone to do it, or it's okay for no one to do it. You don't get to pick and choose which company can get away with it.
You know? But I remember gaming used to be fun. Now gaming is just all about graphics and everybody's copying each other. People think Fortnite is the best game to ever come out in existence.
Most people who say that Fortnite is the best game in existence are trolling. The reason why Fortnite is so popular is because it's free and it's cartoony, meaning that like anyone of any age group can enjoy it. I love this argument with modern gaming is dead videos as well. Oh, gaming is dead because so many people like Fortnite. Of course so many people like it. It's cartoony and it's free to play.
People thinking Call of Duty is the best game. It's the same rehash bullshit that you've been playing.
I mean, Call of Duty has been the same thing every single year since like 2002. Is this really a groundbreaking discovery? And you know what I find funny about Call of Duty is people were complaining that Call of Duty was the same thing every single year, so the developers switched it up and added jetpacks, and then people bitched about that too. So they went back to the roots, and now you got people complaining that it's the same thing. I mean, what the fuck does the Call of Duty community want? Anyway, that pretty much wraps up the video. What an absolutely terrible video. Gaming is dead because this guy isn't having fun anymore, and he doesn't know where to look for games. Anyway, that is pretty much it. Peace.